In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to find a cube that suits your needs best. When I say suits your needs, I mean how fast you are, the feeling of the cube, and the price of the cube. Before I get into this, I have to get one thing out of the way. Never buy a Rubik's brand. Now, Rubik's brands are what people normally start out with when they first start cubing, but they're really bad for speed solving. That's because they feel terrible, they have no corner cutting at all, and finally, they are not worth how much they cost, and you should not be wasting your money on a Rubik's brand. Now that you know which cube you shouldn't be getting, what cube should you get? In order to figure that out, I'm going to be breaking you guys down into separate categories by how fast you are. The first category is 1 minute and over, the second category is sub 1 minute, the third category is sub 40 seconds, the fourth category is sub 20, and finally the fifth category is sub 10. So for the people who take about 1 minute and above to solve a cube, you probably need something like the Yushin Little Magic. It's a budget cube, it's only $5, and it's really good. It doesn't have magnets, it doesn't have a spring compression system, but out of the box tensions and lube service are still pretty good. Also, I don't know anyone who actually bought this cube and regretted it. Even some of the sub 10 cubers like JPerm or TNL Cubing actually considered using this cube as their main. All in all, the Yushin Little Magic is a really good 3x3, but one warning is that you shouldn't get the stickered version because the stickers are really bad quality, so instead you should just buy the stickerless version. Alright, now that we're done with category number 1, let's move on to category number 2, which is sub 1 minute. For the sub 1 minute category, I think there are two really good contenders. First of all, the Yushin Kailin, and second of all, the Moyu Meilong. These are both really amazing feeling cubes, and the main difference is that the Yushin Kailin is $10 while the Meilong is $5. Now, there's an actual reason for this. It's that the Yushin Kailin does have magnets, but they're really light and you can't really feel them, but they do help a little bit with aligning the cube. Meanwhile, the Moyu Meilong is not magnetic, but it's still really controllable, and I love both of these cubes equally as much. If you're still around that 1 minute mark, then you should stick with the Meilong, but if you're under 50 seconds, I think it's better to go with the Yushin Kailin. If you have a budget of only $10, then the Meilong is still a really good choice. For the next category, which is sub 40 seconds, I would recommend the Moyu RS3M 2020. It's only $9 and it comes fully suited with magnets, a spring compression system, and a really amazing feeling. This cube is a really good introduction to customizable cubes because there's a spring compression system and that allows you to get a perfect spring compression that you really like. Besides that, it's a really fast cube, it has magnets, and it feels really amazing. Also, it's not just the feeling that's really nice, it performs really similar to my GAN 11M Pro, which is $65. And I know that seems pretty impossible, but if you want to see an explanation, you can click the card in the top right corner, which is my video comparison of the RS3M 2020 to the GAN 11M Pro. For category number 4, which is sub 20, there are a lot of options. Again, I'll mention the Moyu RS3M 2020 because it's not just for people who are sub 40, but people who are all the way up to sub 10 really like this cube as well. However, if you don't like that cube, I would recommend the Volk or the Moyu Worm 2020. The Volk is a really nice cube. It has a nice crispy feeling. It performs pretty well. I'm personally not a huge fan of it, but I know that other people really like this cube. Also, one of the main selling points of the Volk is that it's really controllable, so you don't really even need magnets for it. Now, this makes its price much more affordable than other magnetic cubes at just $20. Now, $20 may seem like a lot, but then again, there are other flagships like the GAN 11M Pro for $65. By the way, I know I'm mentioning the GAN 11M Pro a lot, and if you're curious about that cube, you can watch the video in the top right corner of your screen to watch it. Now, the second cube I recommended was the Worm 2020, and if you like the feeling of the RS3M 2020, then I would definitely go with this cube. It feels pretty similar, it's just a nice, softer feeling, and it performs much better. It also has magnets and the same spring compression system, but it's just a better version of the RS3M in every way. Now, if you don't know what the RS3M is like, then you can watch that video to see all the details about it. Finally, for the people who are sub 10, you should just get any flagship that you like. If you like the feeling of GAN cubes, get the GAN 11M Pro. If you like Moyu's indescribable, scratchy, and smooth feeling, you should get the Worm 2020. So yeah, that about sums up this video. This has been Cubing for Fun, and I'll catch you in the next one.